welcome back to my channel. I'm Tish, and today I wanted to talk about Black History Month because it's coming up next month, and you know what? I'm still a little cheesed that we only get a month to recognize and celebrate who we are as beautiful Black men and women. Mind you, we get the shortest month of the year, and Valentine's Day creeps up and tries to steal a week of our thunder. But it's fine. Let's talk about Black History Month. Let's just talk about what it's like to be Black. Okay, so woman to woman, because I'm not a guy, I don't know what it's like to feel like a man in this, but as a woman, I know that growing up, I was always very, very uncomfortable in my skin. Very uncomfortable. Maybe it's because majority of the kids that I went to school with were white. And I didn't see me anywhere. I didn't really see me on TV. I didn't see me in anybody really important. It was just white, 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 white. And this is not a video against white people at all. I married a white person, so chill. But no, it's more so about finding joy and the amazing, wonderful thing it is to be a Black woman in this day and age. It was not until probably maybe 2 years ago now that I don't know if God just flipped something in my mind, or maybe it's my girlfriends, Wakanda Forever, that have just been like drilling in me how beautiful we are as people, that I don't know, I like love being Black. I love it. Like, I love it so much. I love our history. I love the shades that we come in. I love the culture that we have. I love everything to do with our culture. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And one thing for sure with my kids, especially my daughter, that I wanted to instill in her is I want her to be so proud of who she is and where she comes from. My husband is Croatian. He is European. He is white, 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 white. And my daughter, obviously my kids are biracial, and I wanted all of them to be able to just really enjoy both parts of who they are. And so Tom and I always kind of talked about, like, when are we going to start talking to our kids about this stuff? Because one thing I didn't want to do, and I'm still trying to find the balance between that, is, how do I say this? Not that I didn't want to bring up the fact that the whole color thing to Tessa, because I'm just going to use her because she's my oldest and she has a better grasp on all of this right now than my other two. But I didn't want her to just focus on color. Like, we've always taught her that it doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter like what your hair looks like or your eye color or whatever. We love everybody. That is number one rule in our home. We love everyone. We show everybody respect. It doesn't matter like what they look like, where they're from, culturally, whatever. We love everybody, right? And so I remember going to some drop-in centers when she was born. She was, not when she was born, maybe around 2 years old. People would ask me like, oh, is she yours? Now, I think that Tessa is like the light-skinned version of me. Honestly, like, she's my twin. I feel like she's my clone, but whatever. People would always ask because she's much, much lighter than me. Is she yours? And remember that used to bother me because it'd be like, obviously she's mine. What am I, kidnapping a child? Are you dumb? Yes, she's my kid, right? But the more I was asked that, the more I thought, how am I going to explain to her when somebody else sees me, like one of her friends sees me and says, is that your mom? Like, how are we going to explain that to her? And so I remember when I think she was maybe 3.5, maybe 3.5, 4. She asked her Daddy, why are you pink? And why is mommy brown? Right? And we both laughed because we just thought it was hilarious. Like, she looked at her dad and saw that, yeah, kind of looks pink. Like, sometimes white people look pink. I don't know. Sometimes. Okay? Sometimes black people look like midnight. Whatever. It's just a thing. So we were just explaining to her, and we just made this up, and we're like, well, because when God was making us, he took the pink crayon and colored Daddy, and he took the brown crayon and colored Mommy, right? And she just laughed and laughed and laughed, and then she's like, well, what color am I? And we always would call her our little caramel drop. You are our little caramel drop. So she, in her, young mind, I guess she grasped it the best way that she could. But yeah, we never really elaborated on it much. Like, I've always been unapologetically black around her. So in terms of music that I listen to, in terms of the hair, in terms of everything, like, I've never tried to hide that part of me from her. And so last year, 2019, I was picking her up from school, and the thing in their school, they have like a buddy system. So if they're going to the bathroom, or if, they have to go to the office, they always have to have a buddy with them. So I will never forget this sweet little white boy was bringing Tessa to the office, and there I am standing, and she runs into the office. She's like, Mommy. And this kid's face was like this, staring at me like, Tessa, are you sure this is your mom? Like, just terrified. Didn't want to leave her because wasn't sure why I was grabbing her hand and why I was leading her out of the school. Anyways, so the next day, Tessa goes to school. Her friend asks her, because she tells myself and Tom this story, says, why is your mom black? And she was like, well, if my mom wasn't black and my dad wasn't white, I wouldn't be me. And she told me this, and I was like, oh my gosh, why are you so smart? Like, it's the best answer. It's the best answer, because they are the way they are, because if they weren't, then I wouldn't be me. And so I feel like there can be so much negative, and this video could be so long, but I'm going to talk more about this. But I want women who are my shade, who are darker, who are lighter. I want us as women of color to embrace who we are and not be ashamed of that. Like, when people are out here trying to bleach their skin, listen, I used to hardcore, hide from the sun. This is an umbrella I'm holding. Hide from the sun, or sweaters, in the middle of the summer, because people would tell me, you shouldn't get any darker. You're dark enough. What the hell? Don't say that to people. This is how God created us to be, whether you're light skinned, whether you're really dark. Hey, if you're light skinned, you're no better. If you're dark skinned, you're no better. What is this? Why do we point these things out? Why is it that we will look at somebody else's light skin and compare it to our dark skin and think that they're worth more? I really want to see the day when we as women of color are recognizing ourselves, the beauty that we have. I have zero makeup on right now, and that used to be terrifying for me, because I would think, oh, you're gonna see all my imperfections and this and that and whatever, and my skin looks uneven, whatever. This is gorgeous. And I want all of us as women of color to, regardless of the makeup that we have, regardless of the clothes that we're wearing, to know that the skin that we're in is beautiful. That where we come from is beautiful. Yes, we have our flaws, we have our things, but instead of like pointing out the faults within ourselves, like let's celebrate who we are. Let's celebrate each other's accomplishments. Don't downplay where you are in your life because you're comparing it to where somebody else is in their life, right? Like celebrate where you are. I used to be like that all the time, and sometimes I still am as I look at my friends, my beautiful, amazing, intelligent, Black female friends that are killing it at life. They're killing it. And sometimes I'll be like, oh, look at me. I'm just like, just take care of my kids. And like, I have to slap yourself if you sit that. No, Tish, you're not just at home taking care of kids. Like, this is my calling. This is what I'm called to. So for what I'm called to in this season of my life, I'm going to do the best that I can. Just because I admire somebody else doesn't mean that they're better than me. You can admire other people and celebrate their accomplishments without putting yourself down, right? So this is kind of all over the place, but it's just going into Black History Month. I wanted to start now because if we start on February 1st, it's going to be too late. I want to encourage all of us as women of color. See the beauty in yourself. Find it in yourself. Like Beyonce has been killing it with all her songs that like praise how beautiful we are, how beautiful our skin is. Flaunt it, girl. Like show it off. Like there are so many, I'm so happy, like women of color that are like on TV and in movies and like killing it. Like whether you're like full black, half black, whatever, Meghan Markle's killing it out live. She's killing it and haters gonna hate. But it's fine. Like just find the beauty in you. Know that you are beautiful. Know that your skin, regardless of the shade, the tone, the texture, you are beautiful. Where you come from is beautiful. So this Black History Month, sing it from the rooftops. Like be blackety black, black, black. Like unapologetically black. Do not try to hide who you are to fit in. You be you. And let's celebrate who we are as women because we fine as hell. That's it. Anyways. I know I said that I was going to release videos on Friday, but this one couldn't wait. This one couldn't wait. I am releasing one on Friday as well, but yeah, anyways. So I hope that you'll take the time today to look at yourself in the mirror and continually remind yourself how beautiful you are and how wanted you are and how important you are and that you should be celebrated. Your skin color, you beautiful, beautiful black girl, you beautiful, beautiful black woman who's rocking your black girl magic. Like, love you and embrace it because, geez, there's no one like you. There ain't nobody like you. Hope you have a good day.